Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today's video, for those of you new to World of Warcraft or returning, we are going to be looking at joining groups, specifically the group finder tool. So let's get into it. Now, over Christmas, we had a really good influx of new players in the guild. And with new and returning players, interesting questions often arise. Things that, as current players, we don't even think about. And those can range from questions like, hi, what do I do with reforging now?
And it's gone.
All the way to someone asking, hey, am I going to have to solo this world boss myself? Now, you may be thinking the answer to that last one is a little obvious. As a new player, maybe a fresh 60 at eye level, 140 gear? Yeah, the answer to that is no. But we go a little bit further and the answer is you don't have to solo it, just join a group. Hence where the inspiration for this video comes from, because that was an actual question asked in the guild. How do we join groups in WoW as a new player? Now, if you're new to World of Warcraft, it can feel like the game is simply a single player experience up until 60. You quest alone. Maybe, yeah, you see others running around, but they could be NPCs for all the interaction you have with them. Same goes for queuing for dungeons. You simply select your role, hit the button, and then wait. In the meantime, you finish up the quest you're doing. The pop goes off, you go in. If you're super lucky, someone may say hello, hi, whatever. But most of the time, the dungeon is run, the boss is killed, nobody says anything, and you go back to handing that quest in. So at no point in that journey to 60 have we needed to find a group for help, for that social experience. It's even gotten to the point where we have quests now that suggest 3 people, but they're easy to do on your own. So by the time you hit max level, you have no idea how to progress further. And a big part of that is queuing for content and finally interacting with the other players around you. So with this, we're going to be focusing on 3 areas: queuing for M+, PvP and raids, world bosses and quests, and finally how to set up your own group. Now we shall start with world bosses and quests. In Shadowlands, we chase renown like a convict chasing booty. A good source of this is the world bosses, and also doing your Covenant quests out in the world, which require you 9 times out of 10 to do some sort of world quest. Not only that, but some of the world bosses will also have memories that we require for our legendaries. Now, most players have long since collected these. So now, later in the expansion, you don't find hordes of players gathered around a world boss, lining up to fight and kill. Now it's just generally you, mounted up, flying alone, staring at it. That's where the green all-seeing eye comes in. This is without shadow of doubt the fastest way to join a group using the LFG or looking for group tool. Simply click the eye, you'll see next to the newly popped up world boss, and it will look for active groups trying to kill said boss. 99% of the time, you should see them as auto-accept. This means so long as there is space, you will be accepted if you sign up. All we need to do is select the role we wish to sign up to the group with, and now we wait. With groups like this, normally it isn't very long at all. We'll get accepted, we'll get our kill, and hopefully some fat loot along the way. Little tip here, sometimes when joining these groups you may become phased. All this means is that you'll be pulled into the server or the phase of the group leader. Once you leave the group, done by right clicking your portrait and selecting leave instance group, you will snap back to your own server or your own phase. This is why when fighting a world boss or doing any world content, it's a good habit, once you have killed the boss, is to fly away. Just go somewhere safe. Then leave the group. This way you don't leave the group only to find yourself at the feet of a newly resurrected world boss who's looking for payback. Yeah, ouch. Fuck. But what if we don't find ourselves with the green eye? Well, fear not, we can still do this the old-fashioned way. Click on the group finder on the main bar. This will open up your group finder tool. This allows you to find groups, dungeons, raids, player versus player, whatever you can imagine. Also, it will show your current M+ score, all the different M+ runs you have done, and it will even show the vault and what you have available in it, if anything. Now at this point you may be familiar with Dungeon Finder and the Raid Tool and Quick Matchmaking PvP. These are the fire and forget style group finders. You press the button, pick what you're going to do, away you go. Where we're heading is to the pre-made group section. This applies to both PvP and PvE. In here you will find a list of activities, all of which you can find groups for. So let's say you fancy doing some dungeons, now you're level 60. We simply click the Find a Group button, and voila, we are presented with a whole list of available groups. Now keep in mind, these are groups started by real players. This is not matchmaking by Blizzard. There will be times when you are declined from every single group, and you are desperate to join, and you just cannot get in. And sadly, that happens. It happens to the very best out there, so get used to it. Now, hovering over a group will give you some information on not only the person that created the group, but what the group is looking for. You can narrow down the list by using the search function. Sadly, this is somewhat limited in what it could do. Blizzard added a handy feature to allow people to start what type of key for M+ that they wanted to run. Do they want a standard run, which is kind of normal, what we expect? Hey, if we time it, we time it. If we don't, we don't. Let's just get it done. Completion, which is we just want to finish it. We just want to get this done for the vault. And then against the clock, meaning this group is pushing for a fast 3 chest. Annoyingly, you can't search for these. Yeah. Once again, something useful implemented by Blizzard, but only done in a half-assed way. Thanks for that, Blizz. There is also a filter option that allows you to limit the search by language. This will also limit the servers that will be listed for you. But I digress. Next to the title and the description, you can see different icons. The red sword for DPS, the white cross on the green background for the healer, and the blue shield for tank. This will show you what the party is currently lacking. This applies to M+ and to raids. In PvP, it will actually show you the class of the person you would be joining. And in other content where comps really aren't so important, instead you'll just show you the number of people that are currently in the group. The last thing we will talk about before we move on to creating our own group is the custom section. So the other sections that we've looked at have their own header. Makes it very simple. Do I want to do Torghast? Do I want to do dungeons? Do I want to do raids? Do I want to do legacy raids? What are these things that I want to do? I can go in that section and that's where everything's going to be. Custom is a free-for-all. Literally anything goes in customs. You can find someone that is just enjoying fishing and they're looking for fishing buddies. You could find a mythic guild that's just looking to fill some space with pugs. And literally, they're the extremes. Everything goes in custom. I will say, if you're stuck on something, it is well worth going to have a look in custom if all else fails. You never know. If you're stuck in it, there is a high chance that someone else is as well. Now, last of all, we have creating your own group. This changes depending on the section that you're looking to post in. But some things are universal. First, we have the title. What is it that you want to do? What is the group you're looking to set up? Remember, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. If it's a raid, tell people why you're doing it. First 3 bosses on Mythic, fine. Put that in. If you're looking to do a quick run, just to get some gear for ults, first 3 bosses, whatever. It's fine. Just put it in, short and sharp. Details give a little bit more information about what you think may be useful for the players to know. And then we have minimum eye level. Simply, how low are you prepared to go when accepting people into the group? Now, most of the time, people will leave this blank. Interesting side note here. If you ever see a group asking for a crazy high item level in the title or description, but they have not set the eye level to the same requirement for the group, they are fishing for a carry group. Yeah, you can't set the eye level higher than your own. I generally take this as a red flag when I'm looking for groups. It means that person is most definitely looking for somebody to carry them. Next up, we have voice chat. Allows you to tell people if you wish to use some sort of voice comms. Just put in there if you want to use Discord, TeamSpeak, help, even you want to use Battle.net comms. A lot will simply ignore this, but there is no faster way of making new friends and having a laugh with them in comms while doing a dungeon or two. For PvP, this I imagine would be a strong requirement, but I am a PvEer. Last of all, we have private. Ticking this will limit the group to friends and guildmates of those already in the group. Once your group is created, players will start to apply, and it is up to you to select who you want to join your group. You can at any time edit your original post by clicking edit. Also, you can browse groups, and finally, you can delist your group. And that is the basics of Group Finder. Remember, the one golden rule when it comes to any social interaction, to be fair, in WoW or in real life, treat others the way you would expect to be treated. Say hi to people. It's not hard. You don't need to learn their life story, but you could make some new Battle.net friends out of this. That means your reliance on pugs becomes a lot less. And when it comes to WoW, less pugging will lead to a far more enjoyable experience. But that is enough from me. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Ladies, everyone.